Sometimes the people that you respect the most or admire or do great things and impact the world are not people that are celebrated by many, recognized by many, and oftentimes their impact is only on one individual. But sometimes that one individual is great in it of itself, just by saving that one person's life or helping that person through tough times can make a huge impact on that person, and that's all that matters. And then more so than even that, if you take into the factor time and how that person may grow up or survive to impact many more people, then that one influence can end up snowballing into a tremendous influence. So don't discount the fact that you're not helping enough people. One impact could be tremendous in and of itself. And so I do think this point should be emphasized thoroughly, because nowadays there's so much emphasis on people who have fancy cars, flashy things, looks great, has material possessions, is famous or rich or successful or known by millions, or on and on and on, or has all these girls, whatever have you. But there are people who are doing things for their local community or for people and making a huge impact, and I think that's just great. I'll give you a great example. This is the story of a boy whose life was saved, and because of this, he was able to go out and transform the world. And ultimately, once he grew up and became a billionaire, he donated over $1 billion to different charitable organizations. So here's how the story goes. The mom gets pregnant in 1927 in Oklahoma, in a small town. And the doctor says, well, unfortunately, this is going to be a tough situation. You have to either kill your wife or kill your child. Not literally, but basically based on the health complications of the pregnancy, the operation meant that one or the other had to die. And so the father of this boy was very adamant. He was like, you can't do that. Surely there is a way to get both out without losing either one. And so after a lot of pleading, the doctor said, okay, I'm a surgeon, and what you're asking me to do is called a cesarean section. I've never done it. I've seen it. I've read about it. And I'll show you how much I've read. So he went across the room, showed him a page and a half he had on cesarean sections. And he says, this is all I have to go on. And his dad read it, looked at him, and said, I think you can do it. They knelt down and prayed, and lo and behold, the boy was born, and the mom survived. It's a very interesting story. And then what's even more interesting is that another cesarean section was not performed until 30 years later. So the point of it, though, is that basically this boy went on to impact the world tremendously. And as far as the celebration goes, these doctors, they put in so much effort, and especially one who really is passionate about what he does and is doing it because he loves to do it, and he learns more and more about it, not because he's doing it for the money or prestige, which I feel like is oftentimes the case. I've talked to a lot of people of different ethnicities, and this whole thing about trying to become a doctor, it's really not just the Asian ethnicity. A lot of people seem to be chasing it for the money or the status. And so for him, however, you could just tell that this doctor, he was very passionate about what he did, and luckily he was interested enough in his craft to read and immediately recall the cesarean section, despite it only being a page and a half. And he effectively performed it and managed to help this person survive. I just think this is a very interesting story. I read it from this book, by the newest book by Tony Robbins. It came out this year. It's called Money Mastered the Game. And long story short, I just think it's a very interesting story. And, this was a situation, and again, it doesn't have to be a doctor. It could be a soldier. It could be a man on the street. these things can have huge impacts on people that you may not realize. So I know for sure it's occurred to me. People have impacted my life, despite just saying small things. Especially in times when I was very unsure of myself, very insecure, and one compliment or one assurance really stuck through with me. And you know, nowadays I'm learning to more so, and I think this is important for many people. Be secure in yourself and proud of yourself, and feel amazing about yourself, even if no one's telling you you're great. Don't rely on other people to tell you you're great for your validation, because that can fluctuate and that can be subjective and so forth. And so again, don't take that advice with a grain of salt, because it's geared towards people in my type of situation. For other types of people, arrogant people, whatever else, it's probably not the best advice. But for me, it's helped. And so that's all I got to say about that. And yeah, thanks for watching. As always, like and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video.